got a fucking story time for y'all, man. My man's. I'm not gonna say his name because he don't really fuck with the cameras and shit like that. My man's play the background, right? But my man's, he had knocked the shit out of some chick, bro. Like he knocked her ass out. Now I don't condone no type of domestic abuse or men hitting women. I don't condone none of that at all. But if you gotta defend yourself because the woman is beating your ass or beating up on you, you do what you gotta do. So anyway, this is the story. This shit is hilarious. So my man's and my other man's, they was having a problem because my other man's was fucking around with this chick, right? Had a baby by her, all that shit. Now my man's who knocked the chick out, he didn't really want to deal with her like that. Like he played her like a slide, like you just another, you know what I mean? I don't want to say it on YouTube because I don't want to get flagged, but you just another box. Like that's just what it was. So my other man's, he hit the nigga and tell him, yo, you shouldn't be treating shorty like that. She a good girl. This, that, and the third. He up here chatting and capping for this chick, right? Meanwhile, he got a baby by her. That's another story for another day. So they had some beef or whatever the case may be. My man's and my other man's, right? So they was gonna meet up and talk about it, hopefully squash it, whatever the case may be. But my man's told my other man's, yo, don't bring shorty, you know what I mean? Like a shorty is wild, she be wildin'. So long story short, we coming back into the complex we live in, right? When I make the first left turn into the complex we live in, we see this dude getting his ass whipped by shorty. Like she got like 6 brothers. Like this bitch is wildin'. Like this bitch is beating this nigga up like a nigga. Like this bitch is wildin'. And the nigga just letting her beat him up. Right? So we pull up to the building and the shit, right? We pull up to the building, I pull up, I park, I let my mans get out the car so he can address whatever it is he need to address to his home, to the homie. So tell me how the nigga my mans got out the car, right? He goes up to where he was gonna meet my other mans, right? They was talking or whatever the case may be. Mind you, I'm sitting in the car with a breaker bar in my hand. They talking whatever the case may be. Yo, shorty come out the building and she's wildin'. Like, yo, shorty is coming out, she's just throwing the hands like a nigga. Like if you didn't defend yourself, she would have knocked you the fuck out. That's word to my mother. Anyway, shorty come out the building, she's wildin', right? She come out the building, she's throwing her hands, you know what I mean? Just going crazy on straight nigga mode. She approaching my cousin on that type of shit. Well, my cousins is my man. Some nigga came out the car, right? She approaching my cousin. I'll address him as my cousin so y'all can understand. She approaching my cousin, right? Throwing her hands. Yo, when I tell you I sat there and witnessed my cousin knock this bitch right between her eyes and she fell to the floor, that shit was crazy. Like I said, I don't condone males beating up females, but if you gonna come and try to fight a nigga, you gonna get beat like a nigga. That's just how I see it. So she coming out, right? She coming out. She throwing the hands and shit like that. My cousin knock her out. Boom, boom. Like, two-piece that bitch. She falls to the floor. Right between the eyes. Fall to the floor. My other man's is like, yo, my nigga. You wildin'. You ain't have to do none of that. This, that, and the third. This bitch is dazed. Like, my cousin knocked her into the next millennium type shit. Like, this bitch is dazed. So the bitch get up and she try to walk back to the building. She talking shit. Yo, I swear to God, like, I was sitting in the car, right? This bitch walked to the building, like, under the building is like pillars. Yo, she fell out again when she walked to the building. That's word to everything I love. Like, this bitch fell out again. Like, my cousin knocked this bitch out. I mean, like I said, I don't condone it, bro. But at the end of the day, if he wouldn't have did what he had to do, this bitch would have knocked my cousin straight the fuck out. So he knocked this bitch out, right? She's dazed. She falls to the floor. She get back up. She regained consciousness. And then she like, I'm going to get my daddy. So all you heard was, because we carry knives. Like, all my niggas carry knives. It was like, our poke game was up there. Like, we wasn't playing with nobody. Like, you come on that bullshit, your ass was going to get poked. So all you heard was, and she said, I'm going to get my daddy. She said, oh, you going to bring another nigga? Oh, say word. Bring your daddy. I gut that nigga like a fish. And then my other mans was like, yo, chill. Ain't gotta be like that, my nigga, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? My cousin was like, nah, she talking about she bringing some other nigga. I'm gonna poke that nigga. He come on that bullshit. So when I heard that, I was saying to myself, like, yo, cousin ain't even got worried about that nigga. Because once I see that nigga come out the building, I had the breaker bar in my hand. I'm gonna crack that nigga right upside the back of his head. Like, the nigga, my mans at the time, like, he was capping for this bitch. Like, the nigga was like, oh, she a good girl. What I don't understand is this. You did the girl you saying was a good girl dirty, right? But then you up here defending her from other niggas who's gonna do her dirty like you did. What kind of hypocritical shit is that? Like, that shit was just funny, man. I just wanted to share that story with y'all. Like, end of the day, long story short, after everything subsided, my cousin got back in my car. We drove, we smoked a blunt, whatever the case may be. Yo, tell me how Shorty and this nigga, my other mans at the time, called the police on my cousin. Like, police showed up to my cousin's crib. Like, it was, yo, that shit was crazy. I'm gonna try to get my cousin up on here. He can give you more detail than I can, cause I can only tell you from what I seen from the outside looking in. But I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. That's just a little story right there. Shit was crazy, man. Like I said, I don't condone males beating on females, but at the same time, a female gotta know her place. I'm gonna keep it like that. Anyway, likes, comments, subscribe. Let's get them likes up, you know what I mean? Like, I'm bringing more content to this shit. You know what I mean? I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not really a camera nigga like that, but I'm trying to, you know, finesse my way into it, you heard? So anyway, this is J Doc signing off. Like, comment, subscribe. Y'all know the vibes. And that's it. We out.